Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Last little bit we've been moving through kingdom affairs and speeding through time, trying to get to the next major story event. So that's going to be continuing the plan. Hopefully sometime soon we'll get more quests involving our companions or the next major quests. Ergo, or Ergot, who knows? It's a catastrophe. The entire region's grain harvest is infected with ergot. The local people are suddenly facing famine. Christian, solve that for me. And the mineral spring. We've seen this one fairly recently. We will need to give you another day, Tristan. So, ergot triumph. The councilor's decision to impose government control over the grain reserves made it possible to avoid famine. The people are praising the queen and her wise and decisive advisor. And then Tristan, solve this one for me as well, please. Thank you. Finding the location of the healing source, the councilor took care to create a true pilgrim track to the spring, which was declared sacred by local priests. Its healing waters will be indispensable for fighting the next pestilence. Now we have a war of shadows. The region is being torn apart by a war between two criminal clans. What's worse, one of or the other warring family has every local guard in their pocket. Only outside intervention can put an end to the bloodshed. Sweet. This is one for Ekandio. We'll toss in a crisis point to raise his chances. And let it go. And then disrupted harmony. The druids have noticed that one of the settlements is poorly located and creates an obstacle to the natural flow of energy through the region. The druids can fix this and lift the unpleasant atmosphere in the settlement. Aram, you can take that one on. Alright, Triumph. The druids, guided by the high priest, significantly altered the landscape surrounding the settlement and its architecture. This has already been a blessing for the harvest, and has lifted the people's souls, making them happier and more cheerful. And in the War of Shadows, the minister's spies successfully infiltrated the ranks of one of the criminal clans. After they convinced the gang chief to set up a huge ambush, they secretly informed her enemy about it. A bloody battle ensued, and both bands utterly destroyed each other. Well, that is a very brutal way of dealing with it. And the high priest seeks our advice. Let's go talk to Harem. Oh, what have you done, Melandra? These lands were dying until you came. This was a dark, godless place. It's your fault that my god has turned away from this kingdom. It's your fault that it blossoms again. The people rejoice. They've forgotten what is coming for them. This makes me very sad. They were nearly prepared for the truth. Now they hide once more behind their delusive happiness. I'm sorry I made the kingdom awesome, Harem. My bad. I accept that you avoid imposing your faith on others, allow the worship of idols, and give shelter to the weak. But look where this has led you. Dozens of smaller cults, more worthy of oblivion, are flooding your land, seeking protection. They survive in your kingdom rather than face the inevitable. Their teachings and obsolete magical knowledge, so welcomed by your wizards, were meant to be forgotten. Where Grotus might grant your subjects understanding, Caden gives them solace and oblivion in a jar of wine. They drink and rave just to escape their fate and burdens of their lives. They go to fairs, give birth to children, enjoy the simple things in life, certain that it shall forever be just like this. They open their thoughts to adventure, as if they were immortal, and call you their beloved queen, in the merry land with no woe. Yeah, I'm hearing no negatives. Just... you sound very negative, but everything you're saying is great. My kingdom is awesome. Okay, well, thanks for the update that I'm doing everything great, Harem. I appreciate it. So was that a specific rank? I mean, maybe that was our rank 9 event? I don't know. So trade in wine. It brings in decent income selling goods that please Caden and his followers. Provides 1d10 BP per month. Provides an additional 1d10 BP per month at the 8th and 10th rank of both loyalty and relations. Sweet, we're at 10th in loyalty and 8th in relations. Convenient, provides an additional 1d10 BP for every 50 points of loyalty in relation above 400. That one's gonna be a while, up to 5d10 BP. So it costs 100 BP, but we're gonna be just ranking in a lot of extra BP each week. So I guess let's look at what else we got. Okay, support the High Priest, that's gonna be Harem, so it doesn't matter who I choose here. Lindsay, have some fun with it. Trade in wine. And then Harem, rank up to rank 10 for me. Reach rank 10 in all of your kingdom stats is our next goal. I mean, one of these is gonna take a while. Espionage is hard to get that high, but we're working on it. So, success, Divine reached rank 10, thanks to the High Priest and the Queen. Piety and faith in the kingdom is stronger than ever. And Harem is very disappointed by this. And then Trade in Wine was a success. Trade agreement signed. Alright, what's our new event? Magister wants an audience. Alright. Octavia's as pale as ash. Melandra, there was a poisonous gas leak tonight during another experiment in the magic quarter. It's horrendous. People died in their homes, unable to crawl to their door. Many simply tucked in for the night, never to awaken. It wasn't until early morning, that someone heard some weak moans coming from one of the streets that run alongside the quarter. The poisonous cloud is no more. A wind dissipated it, but everywhere there are people wounded and disfigured by the gas. There's no two ways about it. We must help them. I suggest sending our best healers and priests in immediately. We could use it. What use is a monetary compensation if you become a cripple? Yeah. We allowed the mages to stay because I didn't want to give up the benefits of regular experimenting and improving our magecraft. But if that has caused innocent people to be injured or killed, absolutely do everything in your power to help out the survivors and the victims' families. So, silent death. A toxic gas leak spread from the mages' quarters during the night. Dozens of people have been injured and something must be done to help them. Yeah, Harem. Since you are in charge of the priests, do what you can. Like, I'm guessing Canera would be the option of just throwing money at them, like, sorry for your loss, here's some money compensation. But I'd rather send the priest of, let's try and heal them to the best of our ability. And I am going to toss in a crisis point because I want this to succeed, because we done goofed. Triumph. In a display of solidarity, every priest in the capital turned their attention to the victims. Nearly all the afflicted were saved. Once they had done all they could, a ritual was held to pay solemn respects to all those who didn't survive the catastrophe. Excellent. That is what I would want. Giving us a huge boost in Divine and Loyalty. Not that we really need either. They're both at rank 10 already. Though apparently there are benefits of getting super high numbers beyond just the rank limits. So now we can rank up our Magister to rank 8. And then I don't care about either of those trade agreements. So let's move time forward. So yep, ranked up to rank 8. And another week has passed. Veterans. Crippled and wounded soldiers discharged from the army aren't willing to return to their farms, and instead form gangs and resort to highway robbery. There's no use arresting them, as new gangs will just take their place. Yeah, there's sense to arresting them. You don't just leave gangs. Like they're doing crimes. I don't know why they don't want to go to their farms, but they're not allowed to remain as robbers. and gangs. Probably among these, now that I'm actually considering people, since the ranks don't really matter that much. Like, I could argue I need more economy the most. And it's true. But I'm just thinking Valerie feels like the perspective here that I would focus on. Canara, I feel like, might just try and set up a more legalized form of gangs and robbery so that we make money. But no. Valerie, see what you can do. The regent gave an order to allocate patches of land to the veterans. They settled down, began to cultivate the wild land, and formed a reliable line of defense against foreign invaders. Okay. So they didn't want to return their farms, so you gave them new farms and they were chill with it? Not really sure about the logic there. I appreciate the success, but I don't understand. So Treasurer wants to meet with us now, and our Regent wants to meet with us. Okay. Your subjects already celebrate your wisdom and fairness. I think they should also be reminded of your captivating beauty. The girl smiles coyly. It's high time to make everyone in your kingdom carry your portrait with them. A profile minted in gold. Ah, have our own coin mint that uses our face on the coin. Not a terrible idea. Our trade depends too much on the coins of others. Constant rate fluctuations make our money changers rich at the expense of everyone else. Your country needs its own real currency. I have a plan that will make coins decorated with your noble profile far more valuable than the gold they are made of. Soon after minting the coins, we will announce that taxes can only be paid with these coins. Our merchants will be falling over each other, snatching these new coins. What do you say? Interesting. I don't have anything particularly against it, because it primarily hurts the merchants. I'm assuming most of our, like the peasants, don't have significant taxes they have to deal with. So getting access to a gold coin or two of these new coins won't be that hard. I like your plan. Let's start minting the coins and order the taxes can only be paid using them. Or we could just start producing these coins. Or let's avoid the expense. Besides, seeing my face on every coin would drive me crazy. Or decide for yourself. So if we went with her suggestion, we would get a new project, minting coin, and then Kingdom of Effects, tax collection in state currency, provides additional BP each week depending on the taxation level. When any minting coin projects are completed and the mint is built in the capital. Public Works will not bring any additional BP, but low taxes will provide 1 additional BP per week. Normal will provide 3, then heavy taxes will provide 5. I'm probably not going to go to any sort of heavy taxation. If we just went with normally start producing these coins, we just get the minting coin effect. Feels like this is the same thing, but better. The only potential negative is that Public Works will not bring any additional BP. Which doesn't sound like a negative, but maybe the minting coin project normally would have it bring an additional BP, and it's saying that if you choose this one, it doesn't. Maybe? But I'm going to trust Canara. Thank you for your trust. I will give the order to begin minting coins and prepare the announcement about new tax collection rules. You'll see, a coin with your profile will soon be worth 3 times its weight in gold. Melandra, I'm proud to serve you. No one would have believed that the Stolen Lands could have turned from a criminal hotbed into a secure, legitimate country in such a short time, but you did it. Our youth dream of becoming craftsmen, farmers, and guards when they grow up, not forest bandits. People that once cowered in fear of bandits now boldly report every crime. It's no longer so easy for bandits for a bandit to hide among our honest citizens. People are grateful for you, to you for the change. A guild of river shipbuilders arrived at the palace today. They are highly respected in the river kingdoms. They would like to thank you with a gift for ridding the rivers of pirates who sank the ships they built. How shall we put them to use? So the kingdom requires developed trade. I want every merchant across our land to receive a warm welcome, whether they're our own citizens or foreigners. I mean, improved trade is good. I don't know necessarily what you mean by every merchant receives a warm welcome. Or are you just saying have them build like a sign, now entering the stolen land? Let them remember their less fortunate neighbors. Let every poor man or vagabond find their place on a ship that sails towards opportunity, shelter, and wages. I mean, trying to find more jobs for people that are struggling for work isn't a bad thing. And honestly, better for the economy than just building a sign that says, "Welcome to this kingdom." Let them hold a celebration in my honor. This will please me and the people will have a good time. That's a one-time minor thing. And actually, this is interesting because Valerie's not giving a suggestion, which usually our advisors do. So if we said to build a sign to welcome people, economy plus 15. If we help out the poor, loyalty plus 15. I think loyalty is one of my highest stats at the moment. Or a celebration in my honor raises culture. Culture is probably quite a bit lower than economy. And economy, I think, is lower than loyalty. So the smart play would be to do the celebration. But it sounds dumb. Like a one-time feast or celebration doesn't really help out. I'm going to assume that this is more than just building a welcome sign because it's about developing our trade. So let's try and improve our trade to boost our economy. I hope the merchants appreciate the gesture. I will convey your message to them. Okay. So that should have given me a new minting option to mint coins. Yeah. Minting coin provides 1 BP per day for every 1,000 BP in the treasury, up to 5 BP per day. So if we build up our treasury BP, this potentially gets pretty powerful. 5 per day. Most things are dealing with a weekly thing. So we're talking 35 BP per week if I have 5,000 BP in the treasury. That's pretty good. I usually don't let my BP get that high though, but I could. Like if I just said, hey, what's the maximum amount I can buy? Yeah, I could buy 5,000 right now. I don't really think I should, but I could. And then we would just be getting crazy amounts of BP. Because no other bonus is giving us 35 per week. Something to consider. We don't currently have the money, and I could spend money to buy the BP for it, but we will rank up our regent and our treasurer first. So treasure or economy has now reached rank 9, and our community has reached rank 10. Now we can strengthen Mager's skills as a treasurer. Ekin, let's have you look into that. Let's not go quite to that extreme, but let's say I buy 3,000. It's a lot, of course. And then we have to spend a significant portion on this. But again, if we're getting 35 per week, it's going to pay itself off pretty fast. We're not, because I've only got 3,000. But still, let's start that project. So, provides 1 BP per day. The per day is crazy. And we have successfully ranked or trained up Maker as a treasurer. We've got a new event that came in. Rats everywhere. The capital is swarming with rats. Rumors describe creatures the size of dogs and hunched figures roaming the catacombs. What is the reason behind this invasion? The situation must be taken under control before the capital granaries are emptied and plague sweeps the streets. I can dial. I'm not happy with 80%. I think 85 is like the cutoff point of how far I want to go down for espionage, because I want to make sure I succeed. So, yep, we'll spend a crisis point and let you look into the rats. I am glad they keep giving me things to work on my espionage. Triumph, the minister discovered that a whole swarm of were-rats had appeared in the city's catacombs. His agents kidnapped their leader and scared him so badly that the were-rats fled the capital. Interesting that you didn't just go on a bloody rampage like you did with those 2 bandit or gang leaders. Instead, you scared him. Odd. Good neighbors. Rumor has it that conflicts between members of different races have intensified in the region. More and more complaints have been received, but the local guards deny everything. The situation demands action before it gets violent. We have made it our policy that we're allowing different races, even the non-civilized races, to have a home here. So yes, I don't want racist conflicts in my region. Storyteller, solve this for me. The curator commissioned a local troupe to stage a play about the Stag Lord's gang. I think we've seen this one. The people still remember the times of trouble and are discussing the politics of their new ruler. Yeah, my politics do not allow racism. Alright, we got another payout. Erlene bows. Greetings, your highness. Allow me to alleviate your daily concerns with a humble gift from your admirer. I am certain that you or one of your friends will find this trinket useful. It's come a long way to get to your hands. The Scroll of Stormbolts. Thank you. I'll be expecting your future creations. I'm going to ask who you are and what you're working on, because I don't actually remember who Erlene was or what they're working on. I should know. I'm Erlene, the smartest dealer in magical items in all the Stolen Lands. With my connections, I can find almost anything. Rare spells, scrolls, wands, and staffs. I've got a lead on one truly unique artifact, a rod that can empower over any spell and surpass resistance to any magic. It won't be easy to get our hands on this thing, but I'll do my best. So you are just someone who acquires... So you're not a craftsman. You acquire existing artifacts from elsewhere. Then it's interesting that we refer to you having creations. Like, I'll be expecting your future creations. You're not creating them. You're finding them. But yes, thank you. I'll be expecting your future creations. Erlene breaks into a smile. I won't keep you waiting. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you once again, your highness, for your kind generosity. I have another appealing offer for you. Erlene starts twisting her hair around her finger. My range of goods is wide enough, no doubt, but just for you, I can get something exquisite. One of my partners may have come across something valuable and rare. However, I'll need your help to deliver it to you. Are you interested? Of course. Erlene claps. Come to my shop, your highness, so we can talk more in private. Can do. Hello, Mim. The goldsmith's face shines. Your highness, please accept this humble gift as a token of my deep affection, respect, and whatever else the rules tell me I'm supposed to say. I very much hope you like it. I worked hard on it. A power stone. I also want to tell you that I'm finally ready to start working on my masterpiece. My wishes have been granted. Now I know what I must set myself at creation, and hope I will be able to thank you for your help. Unless you require me to make something else first. No, I can't wait to see your next creation. That means I can create my brilliant design. I can't wait to see your delight when it's ready. The half-orc bows diligently, trying to adhere to etiquette. Your Highness, I come bearing gifts, a sign of my gratitude for taking an old man into your service. With such weapons, you can go on raids and protect your lands. Everything has been tempered in lamb's blood with proper prayers to all the proper gods. Everything is done with care for you personally. Frost touch. Thank you. Keep at it, Vrask. Gladly. When a weapon or armor is made for a good fight, the work does itself, and I know that many great fights await you. Wow, just everyone's showing up. Alright. The half-elf is clearly embarrassed to be in the palace. He shuffles his feet and bows shyly. Greetings, your highness. Here, I've brought you something. Trell bows and hands you a bundle. Butterfly wings. I'm hoping butterfly wings is an item and you didn't actually just, like, capture butterflies and tear off their wings. Thank you. I hope to see more proof of your mastery in the future. The half-elf blushes and bows hurriedly. Alright, what are all these items we just got? So, yeah, Arlene wants to meet with us. We will look into that. So, the Scroll of Storm Bolts that we acquired. All enemies within 30-foot burst centered on the caster. Well, most of my casters aren't very frontline, but alright. When you cast this spell, lightning spills forth from your body in all directions. Enemy creatures within the area take 1d8 point of electricity damage per caster level, maximum of 20d8, and are stunned for 1 round. A successful fortitude saving throw halves the damage and negates the stun effect. So it's a level 8 spell. Is that the caster level, or is that the spell, like the spell slot level? I forget, because if that's caster level, then that means it's going to be 8d8, which is still something. Trying to think of other spells. Yeah, okay, so Summon Monster level 4 is a level 4 spell, so that is the spell slot level, which means your caster level is typically roughly double that. So an 8th level spell, I think, is a... Usually it's odd levels that you get your spell levels, so maybe is that 17th level or 15th level? I would guess. So 15 or 17 d8. That's pretty significant. That's pretty huge, actually. DC 22 is pretty... Oh, there it says caster level 15. It's right there in the casting time section. Brilliant. I should learn how to read someday. Yeah, DC 22 is pretty low at this point. So most enemies are going to make the save, unless we use it on just a bunch of tiny, pathetic enemies, in which case it's pointless. So it's going to do half damage and not stun, which is a bit of a shame. So then the Power Stone is a ring. This ring grants its wearer +4 enhancement bonus to strength, and the ability to cast Bull Strength spell 3 times per day as a 3rd level wizard. Most of my strength important characters already have a belt that boosts their strength. And Bull Strength 3 times per day doesn't really matter because I have casters that can do mass Bull Strength, and do regularly. Summon's not actually that important. Frost Touch is a Greater Frost +3 Fey Bane Great Axe. Interesting. I don't know what Greater Frost is. This +3 Frost Fey Bane Great Axe grants its wielder the ability to cast Resist Cold spell once per day as a 3rd level wizard. Again, communal resist energy is super cheap and easy. Greater Frost weapons is sheathed in Terrible Icy Cold that deals an extra 2d8 points of cold damage on a successful hit. That's not bad. And then Feybane. This is actually something I could see giving to Amiri for whenever we fight Fey, assuming I remember to switch out to it. That one's not bad. And then butterfly wings are apparently gloves. These gloves grant their wearer a +5 resistance bonus on all saving throws and the ability to cast prismatic spray spell 3 times per day as a 13th level wizard. +5 on all saving throws is pretty significant. Like, I think most of us at best have +4 cloaks. Yeah, +4. Let's go to you, because you probably have my best. No, you've got the one that's giving you all the resistances. Yeah, +4 I think is our best. So gloves that give +5 is pretty cool. Does anyone have gloves that don't really matter? Actually, giving it to Valerie so that she gets +5 resistances while also maintaining the resistance to all the energy types. That sounds pretty good. And then bonus to mobility and athletics. There you go. You can have them, knock knock. Let's keep moving forward through time. Justice of the crowd. A crowd of enraged peasants is trying to lynch a young Aasimar girl. The people feel certain that she casts hexes and steals children, though there's no real proof of this. Typically, people respect Aasimar. I'm surprised that they've decided this Aasimar is a witch and must die. Valerie, solve that for me. So the regent managed to arrest the girl in before she could be tried at the stake. The impartial investigation not only exonerated the witch, but also found those truly responsible, saboteurs from Patax. Of course it is. Yeah, lynching an innocent for being a witch is wild, particularly in Aasimar. Redemption. A wealthy subject is seeking redemption for his past sins. He wishes to donate a large amount of money to charity. It should be spent on the right things. Okay. And then we get to choose which advisor we have looking into how it's spent. So if we just look directly at stats, loyalty is already at rank 10, economy is rank 9, and divine is rank 10. So economy would be the best one stat-wise to choose. But I don't think someone who's wishing redemption from sins, putting their money just into boosting our economy is probably morally not the right vibe. I'm gonna go with Harem. I mean, it's Harem. If he was not a priest of Grotus, if I had a high priest that was more normally religious, that's definitely the role I would go with, because again, redemption for sins feels like a divine perspective. But Harem is just such a unique perspective on divinity that you never know the direction he's going to take this. The advisor's people made sure that not a single coin was stolen or wasted. The people greatly appreciated the much needed gold, as well as the fact that the money wasn't embezzled by the government. Yeah, see, if it went to the economy, I think there would be some amount of embezzling by the government. Or just using it for public services, potentially. Which isn't bad, but it doesn't seem like what the wealthy subject was aiming for. The mineral springs again. How many times are we going to see this one? Alright, Tristan. You found a third mineral spring. Can you create a pilgrim path to it? Yes, you can. A pilgrim track to the mineral spring. We've got a third spring to help us in our next pestilence. The repetition. Okay, we got our next payout. We have crossed the 3,000, so we're going to be getting 3 per day, thanks to our tax collection, or minting coins, rather. Praise Iphis. Several accidental deaths. We've seen this one, too. Wizards say that a mystic system can be traced in these incidents. One not readily apparent at first glance. It is a ritual of followers of Xiphus, the god of accidental death. His fanatics must be stopped. Octavia, look into this for me. Triumph, the advisor's servants set up a cunning magical trap for the cultists. Their followers were killed and the cult leader was captured and tried. Let's see, it's been another week. Let's see if there's anything going on out here. There is not. Alright, well I think I'm going to end the episode here. At some point, the major storylines will continue. Although we are still getting continuations of advisor stories. Like the Kingdom stats storylines, which is interesting in its own right. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.